Also known as MATIC. So here's a quick price update on this particular cryptocurrency. Now this video, make sure you stick around to the end because it's going to get really interesting. With that being said, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and as always turn the bell notification on so you can stay up to date on all my recent videos. Now it's safe to say this particular cryptocurrency has pretty much gone in a straight line since the start of the year. Now let's just look at the percentage gain. So we'll start from the start of the year to where we are. So 1,471%. If you entered this at the start of the year, congratulations. You this is an absolutely exceptional return, and you should be proud of yourself. But if you're looking into the project now and you're wondering, can I still buy? Should I still get in? How do I know when to get in? I'm about to explain how you do that. Now remember, nothing you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own research. Let's start off with the current price, 32 cents, right? 32 cents per coin. Relatively, we could say that this is still pretty cheap. You know, it's relatively, remember, compared to other cryptocurrency projects. Now remember, this project is actually backed by both Coinbase and Binance, so they do have, you know, large exchanges behind them, right? And this project is actually meeting a need in the actual industry, so it's not just a, you know, a pump and dump project. So it's good that we get that out of the way right away. So this is actually a reputable project that there's actually a need for, and is actually backed by large institutions. So let's first look at the market cap. The market cap currently is about $1.6 billion, you know, which is, when we look at the cryptocurrency space, relatively, I mean, for the time that it's been around, it's quite high. I mean, still pretty large, right? We can all agree it's pretty large, and it is growing. It's up over 30% in the last 24 hours. Circulating coin supply just short of half a billion. Total max supply 10 billion coins, and I'm sure they will release that you know, as the years goes by, and obviously demand does increase. Again, market cap not that huge, guys, right? So if you're looking at this from a long-term perspective, and you believe that this market cap should can at least hit 5 to 10 billion, let's say this year for example, then you can say to yourself, okay, well, now might be a good price to get in, simply because compared to where the market cap could potentially go, I'm happy to buying at this price, right? So you don't always have to focus on the current, you know, just price action, you know, in the charts. So for example, there's different kind of investors and traders. Some investors will purely invest from a fundamental perspective, irrespective of the, you know, of how the chart looks. They're happy to buy in based on the value of the project. There's other investors that would prefer to look at the technical data and get the best entry possible. Now, again, I like to take both approaches. Me personally, depending on the project, I will go for the technical. So I would look for a retrace, which I'm going to go into shortly. And for other projects, I'm looking purely at the technicals. Therefore, I'm happy to buy in based on the actual value, current value, right? I'm happy to buy in based on current value. And if price was to, you know, to pull back, I don't really mind, because I'm planning to hold for the long term. So if you're planning to hold this for over 10 years, then of course, buying now is, you know, it's not a huge, you know, it's not something that you have to be you know, on the fence about, because you're literally saying to yourself, I'm happy to hold this for over 5 years regardless of price action. So therefore, waiting for price to go back down to 15 cents might not be the best solution if you've got that high of a time horizon. Now, if you're planning to exit this position in the next 2-3 months, then obviously this probably would not be a good place to buy at, just because who knows what could happen in the next few months. Price could pull back and you know, obviously you'll be in a loss. So it all depends on your time horizon. Now let's just get into the technicals first, right? So from a technical perspective, of course, 30% up for the day. You know, ideally, we do want to see a pullback on this, right? If I'm buying now from a technical perspective, there's no way I'm buying at all-time highs. That's just not something that we encourage or something that we teach our VLC network members, and you can actually join that. Just send me a message. Are up over 1,000% for the year. Why? Because we have impeccable entries. We have the most exceptional entries. Our entries are incredible. So buying at all-time highs is not the best option. We prefer to wait for a pullback, especially if it's a project that we don't necessarily have to enter right away, right? This is something that we could still do more research on. We don't necessarily have to enter right away. So therefore, yeah, we could wait for a pullback. And where would I pull back to? Let's bring out the infamous Fibonacci retracement tool. Now, because we're still in a price discovery phase, you know, it's hard to map out where price could go next. And to be honest with you, end of January is probably the best entry time frame for this particular crypto, just across the board, right? Most cryptos pulled back in February. Now let's actually see how much price pulled back in February. It'll be interesting to see. So, okay, 30% price pulled back 30% in towards the end of February, and as you can see, it recovered quite fast, which indicates that investors and traders are really interested in this project. They really want to buy this project. It's pretty much like Chainlink, right? Sorry about noise, guys. A bit of work going on around the office at the moment, but yeah. So we are seeing price almost recover immediately, which indicates there is a lot of demand for this project. Therefore, you know, I maybe look at this from a fundamental approach and say, look, I plan to hold this over a year. I'm happy to buy now, only at 30 cents. I don't mind, right? But if you are going to wait for a pullback, just from a day trade perspective, I'd wait for a price to go back to maybe 24 cents, 25 cents minimum. Do I see price going all the way back down to 18 cents again this, you know, anytime soon? 19 cents? Probably not. Again, we've seen the retracement already. At most, we'll see price go back to 23 to 24 cents. If price hits around 25, again, happy to enter, but buying at an all-time high is definitely a no-no. So let's just have a look, go on a 5-minute time frame. So yeah, we could potentially see a pullback on this. Wouldn't be surprised. 25 cents. Let's just jot that in just so we can see price, the price action on the lower time frames, and that we don't miss this particular call. So let's just zoom out again. Okay, so pull back to 25 cents. Happy to buy. We can even put on a price alert. Let's just put in a price alert. Let's see. There we go. When price hits, 25 cents, we'll be happy to buy. There we go. So we've got our price alert set. So once price hits that level, that will alert us, send us an email, and then we'll be happy to enter this position. And that's about it, guys. Again, very, very good project. I'm not going to bore you to death with the fundamentals, because if you are obviously watching this video, it means you do know quite a lot about the project and have done your in-depth research. But yeah, let's wait for that pullback and then look for an entry. With that being said, guys, when others are fearful, be greedy. And when others are greedy, be fearful. And to be honest with you, from this, you know, from looking at this, a lot of people are being greedy, which is why we're being fearful, and we're holding back, waiting for that retrace, and then we'll look to buy. Now, as always, guys, seize the day.